So it has not been an easy 24 hours for Vaush, and in case you missed it, Vaush, the left-leaning socialist live streamer, actually exposed himself live on stream by accidentally showing his spicy folder on his computer, and I gotta say, it's full of some of the worst things you can imagine. Here, just take a look at the clip.
Structure that I'm referring to.
So, of course that was censored because it had to be, but in case you were wondering what was in his spicy folder, it was full of very questionable content such as bestiality for horses, as well as there is apparently some lolly in there, which if you don't know what that is, honestly, pat yourself on the back. Let's just say it's a very disgusting thing that has to do with young characters in anime, if you catch my drift. But yeah, this was of course some very degenerate content, stuff that even apparently was disgusting his own fans, because even on his YouTube channel he's lost up to 3,000 subscribers. Hopefully this continues. But the amount of people that I've seen defending Vaush over his folder is absolutely disgusting, especially over on Twitter. Vaush is a porn addict loser, and I say that as most accurately as I can put it. Not only is it degenerate to have a folder of that shit on your computer, even though, let's be honest, most of us do, but on top of that, the creepy shit he just saved on there, like how much bestiality horse shit do you have to save on your computer before people finally start to realize that, hey, you might be actually a creep, and maybe the bestiality jokes that Vaush has been making for years actually have a little more truth behind it. But apparently people on Twitter just don't seem to mind. Like even right now, Tipster is apparently defending him, which is absolutely crazy. I don't know why Tipster would be defending him, but it looks like he was just making a fool out of himself live on stream. And Keemstar actually even tweeted out the cartoon child blank crew, which is Vaush, Kettles, and Tipster. Pass it on. And I gotta say, yeah, all these people that seem to blindly support this like lolly shit is honestly really disgusting. There's just no defense for being into that kind of content. It's just some of the most disgusting and degenerate content available on the internet, and honestly I think it should probably be illegal. These people are all losers on the internet, and they're all losers in real life. And no, it's not because, you know, I disagree with their politics or anything like that. This has nothing to do with politics. It's for the simple fact that they act like losers, you know what I mean? They're defending degenerate content, and you know what, when you get exposed for this kind of thing, there's either two choices. You can either double down or make like a sincere apology and try to better yourself in the future. Now, what do you guys think Vaush did? Was it the second option where he apologized and genuinely tried to do better? No, of course not. He completely doubled down in his response to this, pretty much by making a complete joke out of it. You know, like, oh yeah, it's completely normal that I have bestiality and lolly content saved on my computer. That's definitely not a red flag for anything. Only 18% of the people watching this video right now are actually subscribed to the channel. Don't be part of the 81%. Subscribe to the channel. You have nothing to lose. Like, you know what, maybe if he made this joke, you know, a couple times, you know, 5-10 times, I'd be like, oh okay, that's just like dark humor or something. But by the 50th time he's made the same joke about like lolly or like the age of consent or bestiality, you know, maybe I'd start to get a little worried. Like maybe the FBI should be checking out this guy's computer, because maybe there's more content in there than just the horse folder that he opened, which is absolutely crazy to even think about. And you know what, it looks like Vaush actually realized how bad this controversy actually was, and so he looks like he tried to go on like a bit of a defense tour, even with people like H3H3. They had a bit of a back and forth. And you know what, as much as I think H3H3 has completely fallen off over the last couple years, I definitely gotta give him some credit for not backing down on this situation. You know, he was not going to be friendly with Vaush after this crazy shit just got leaked, and so I gotta give him some credit because at least he was a little genuine about this. So H3H3 actually replied one of his subreddit posts that said, "I'm telling Ethan right now, with all peace and love, do not debate Vaush. Trust me, there is nothing to be gained. These accusations have been around forever, and this man is not a serious person. Debating him will only give him credibility, even if it's just a small amount. By all means, mock him all you want, but I can promise you this, if you platform this man, he will not come to you in good faith. Ethan responded, "You don't have to worry because I already invited him on and he said no. He doesn't trust me to be good faith and not to lie about him. Isn't that the whole point of a debate, to directly oppose my position?" He responded by inviting me onto his show, which I immediately accepted, and then he changed his mind on that, which, who's surprised about that? Vaush is like a master debater, wink wink. You know, he loves debating. That's like one of the main things he does on stream. But when he has the opportunity to defend himself against these insane claims, he chooses not to do so, which is honestly kind of crazy. And then H3 said he'd be willing to show the DMs between them two. And there's this DM that says, "There will be no debate. All of this has been discussed before at length. I talked to Ethan in DMs and he came across insanely snakish, like a cartoon." Oh yeah? Cartoon, Vaush? Literally any direct engagement with him or anyone else right now will be interpreted disingenuously, like I'm digging myself deeper, and no matter what I say, the streams will continue, the politics will continue. Thank you so much, Vaush, for doing everyone just a immense service of going back into your political streams, because, you know, what would any of these Vaush viewers do with one day of missed streams? He's acting like he got canceled or something for something like absolutely ridiculous, when people are just talking about him for his creepy folder on his computer. Like, you caused your own downfall. And of course, some of Vaush's fans were replying this whole spat between H3 in the craziest ways, pretty much the only way they know how to, by saying Vaush should legitimately sue Ethan for slander. H3 and Vaush have one disagreement, not even live on stream, and some of Vaush's fans are like, yeah, they should legitimately sue Ethan, H3. And again, I haven't been a big fan of H3 in a second, but at least he's standing on business, and you gotta give him some respect and some credit, because H3 he said, "I'm begging you, I'll crowdfund for you to sue me. Let's do it. It's my fave." So he's standing on business. I respect that. And it's crazy too, because I'm all for the dark humor, but I think the important part of dark humor is there has to be a joke. You know, a lot of these people decide to get super defensive when it's ever like a dark humor joke about something they care about. You know, all these people like Vaush, you know, if you make a joke about transgender people or something like that, they're gonna flame you and they're gonna, you know, cry about it. At least be consistent with how you perceive dark humor, because when you consistently make jokes about the age of consent, lowering the age of consent, you know, he says that's dark humor and it's all fun and games. Why are you drawing a line in the sand and saying one thing's okay when one thing's not? You know what I mean? It's always super hypocritical, and it looks like it might be because there's actually some truth behind the jokes that people like Vaush have been saying. Like, it's crazy that Vaush just makes these silly jokes about, oh yeah, having a horse dick, and being like, oh yeah, into that age, lowering the age of consent, even though I gotta say, I've seen a lot of the messages of Vaush talking about this, and consistently it does not look like a joke. Now maybe I'm one of those people that needs like a tone indicator or something, because I can't perceive it as well, or who knows, but it consistently does not look like a joke. And when you say that kind of crazy shit that Vaush is talking about is, oh yeah, just dark humor, it's like, well, why is one part of dark humor, you know, up in arms and him going on the defensive for? But when he jokes about things like lowering the age of consent, it's just all jokey jokes. It's kind of creepy. But yeah, when like a comedian goes on and makes a joke about trans people, it's like, oh, Vaush has like a mental breakdown and uploads like a 2-hour live stream onto his YouTube channel, completely breaking down the situation. It's like, you gotta be consistent. It's either dark humor is okay or it's not. It's not, you can't pick and choose what people are allowed to make offensive jokes over. So of course, apparently a lot of people were surprised by this revelation of Vaush having a bunch of creepy stuff on his computer. Me personally, I wasn't surprised at all, because these are some of the leaked messages allegedly from Vaush. This one says, "The way I see it, the age of consent exists out of respect for numerous power imbalances older people have over younger people. As those imbalances, or at least some of them, are readdressed through advent of socialism, the age of consent should therefore be lowered." Okay, so that's kind of allegedly, at least, Vaush's position on this creepy shit. You know, that might explain why he's so into the lolly shit. That might explain why he's so much into horse dick. I just think it's super creepy And the amount of people defending him, I definitely think should probably have their computers checked over by the FBI. But that's just my thoughts on the situation. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. The other day, we made a video on how Neon has finally got the karma he deserved, and it's probably in the worst way possible. Click here to watch it now.